The Punch has a story on page 11. That's where we're kicking off from. EFCC breaks into Okorocha's Abuja residence, arrest ex-governor after 7-hour siege. 7 hours.
This country is a tragedy. In all honesty, it's a tragedy. What we saw yesterday, usually you'd see in movies when like 007 goes after the bad guys, you know, then you have to break in coming from the roof, from the whatever. And the funniest part was that this gentleman called Okorocha was actually filming it live. We saw him where he was praying. I wonder what he was telling God. Because I wonder what he was telling God and how God would answer him. Because God would be saying that, look, my son, you have questions to answer as regards the funds of your people. I didn't say he's guilty, but you have got open the door and answer them. I'm sure that's what God would have said. But the whole drama was a complete mess. Let's take it from the EFCC had a job to do. And I've said anybody who is going to change this country around will sometimes have to go that extra mile. And that's what happened yesterday. And I have no apologies in saying that what they did was necessary to drive home a point. We have gotten to that point in this country where people cannot hide behind any legal whatever it is. I'm not saying we should do things in an unlawful manner, but sometimes there is a need to tell megalomaniacs in this country and those who think that they can hold us, ordinary citizens, to ransom and that they're above the law, sometimes it's good to show them a lesson. Let's look at it from a logical standpoint. This man had been arrested. He claims he was on bail. His trial was going on. He didn't turn up for trial. And there was a judgment against him, and they went simply to his door to ask him. And like a gentleman who has nothing to hide, you would open up your door. Yes, gentlemen, can I help you? But from inside the so-called safety of his house, he was talking about how it was important for him to go for presidential screening. You have your timetable, they have theirs. Had you done what you should have done at the right... And this was a man who wants to become president and has supporters. I mean, the time has come when we need to condemn things like this. And I am glad about what the EFCC did. And I'm ready to take anybody up in public who might be thinking that I'm suggesting that they should do that was extreme. We have gotten to... Look, if you add the Accountant General of Rivers State Government is missing now. The last I heard, I don't know if you know the figure, was some humongous figure that he cannot account for.
I think about 400 something.
About 400 something billion. Excuse me. These monies cumulatively could turn Togo into an El Dorado. So I am glad that the EFCC did what they did. I'm extremely proud of them for what they did. We've had enough of this nonsense. You said they didn't have a court order, but you didn't open the door to see they were going to hand you a court order. You knew they were the EFCC, and you were showing it live on Facebook. To what purpose? And guess what? His supporters, ordinary minions, people who... You see, because whenever somebody is accused of misappropriating an amount, whether he's found guilty or not, you remember yesterday we were talking about technicalities. Yeah. That money has been compromised. Yeah. The 400 and something billion in Rivers State now that the Accountant General is most likely has gone up in thin air. Whether he will be found guilty or his principal, we don't know. Okorocha didn't behave responsibly. That is a given. He didn't behave responsibly. He could at least have submitted himself. Then if he had the case, get his lawyer to go argue the case in court.
He said it could be perhaps some people were trying to stop him from attending the primaries.
What is so sacrosanct about the primaries that he's attending? That is his personal business. Would the EFCC come to me and I say, oh, I want to pray and I want to do 1,500 rakas before I can go with them? I mean, where does this megalomania come from? That you have, if you have a whatever to attend, it's not statutory. The law must take its course, and I am glad about what they did. We would like to call on our elite to please look. Let's put this idea, and I hope that even the lawyers will start to meet and please contribute to us having a sane society.